Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Georgia Sir here. You guys know what time it is. Got some more Ascended Heroes, and as you can tell in the background, we got some ETBs of Ascended Heroes to open up. In total, we got 4 of these bad boys to go and open up today. But we're putting up against another ETB. Obviously, we had another dragon to come out. I don't know if he's still a dragon in his mega form, but now we have a dragon that is a dragon in his mega form. Our Phantasmal Flames Charizard. So 4v4. Let's see how it turns out, and let's stick around to see what we get. So we're definitely starting with Phantasmal, obviously. Get these out of the way. These are not God Pack possible, so a little easier for us. Just skip to the back 3 and see if there's anything worthwhile in them or not. But got our Ludicolo illustration rare to start us off. Again, nothing big in that point with these illustration rares. I think all of these illustration rares ain't really worth much at all. The big things here are obviously going to be probably just the alts. Only the alts are probably worthwhile here, and even that, some of the alts are pretty on the low side. The biggest thing here is obviously going to be our Charizards, full arts, alt, and whatever other form we can get them, and basically the EX and the gold form as well. So that's what we're hoping for here. See how the comparison for dragons comes out in this packs. But we got our Lombre and Ambipom, and if in Ascended we thought we weren't really getting much from the ETBs, I think Phantasmal Flames is pretty much the same in that point, except for when we did our ETB. Well, actually, never mind. I think ETBs is probably the ones that's the best for these guys. We got our Miss Magius and a Reverse Dawn. I think the ETBs have been the ones that we've actually gotten the most from, so maybe I need to take back my words there. So ETBs where we've gotten the most, yeah, from Piplup up for the illustration rares. Like this Yamper ain't really worth much, but Piplup and Meowth are the big illustration rares here in this set. Other than that, they're all, I think, below 10 bucks. Yeah, and the Charizard is 34, 35 in the full art. Sharpedo is 30. Yeah, the big ones are the Charizard. Dawn is 36 as an alt. And there's the Sharpedo that we were talking about. Mega Sharpedo, our alt, 30 bucks exactly, just 2 cents extra, but our alt Sharpedo starting us off here. I like the card, it looks great. You get the foaming of the mouth and everything. Maybe, just maybe again, having some water Pokemon in the background because he is diving deep. But beautiful card again. Let's see if we can get something else worthwhile here. Again, the ETBs have been the ones that have been treated as the best, and we're starting off getting treated very well as well with that Sharpedo. Even though price-wise it's only 30 bucks, still very nice alt to have nonetheless. And again, hit-wise, we do get more than 4 hits that we've been getting in Ascended Heroes. But let's see, with our last one in this first ETB of Phantasmal Flames, let's see how we finish off with Croc and an Ignition Energy. So 6 hits. This one had 6 hits, 2 illustration rare, 2 EX, a full art, and a alt. Very different from what we've seen in Ascended ETBs. So let's see how this comparison goes. First ETB against our first ETB of Phantasmal. Again, if you haven't seen the video where we open up just ETBs of Ascended Heroes, we did turn out pretty good with the ETBs for Ascended Heroes, just that it took us a good amount waiting until we got something worthwhile. But here we're going to compare and see if we can get anything worthwhile with each ETB. So we started off with an alt in Phantasmal. Here in Ascended, in the video that I'm saying, we had 11 ETBs, and I think only 2 alts came out in the entire video. No, yeah, 1 alt or 2 alts came out in the entire video, and then some mega attacks. So if you're interested, go check that one out, and that way you can see how many ETBs you actually need in order to get something worthwhile to show up in Ascended. Maybe these 4 will have something, and that's just the luck of the draw always with these types of things. But here in Ascended, there are a lot of illustration wares that are very much worthwhile in comparison to Phantasmal Flames. A Piplup and Meowth basically in Phantasmal Flames that are the only ones above 10 bucks. Everything else is pretty down for the count. And then with Ascended here, a lot of them are in the 20 range, $10 range, but there are also a lot of ones that are lower than that. But here there are a lot more, because again, this set $295, and Phantasmal Flames had a very small card set actually, so a lot of stuff that could have still possibly came out. But we got our Mega Arduino EX, 2 EXs so far, and that's also something that we noticed. Either you get 2 EXs, a full art, and an illustration rare, or something comes along like a Mega Attack, or maybe even an alt that changes that up. But that has been pretty much the sitch here for this type of thing. Nothing huge, and then a lot of the same repeated amounts coming out. So there's our code. No 3 here because this is possibilities for God Pack. We got our Beautifly, our illustration rare for Beautifly. So there's our illustration rare, and then we got our full art to show up here in the next one. There's our code, and there's our cards. We've got our Shuppet and Mega for Alligator EX. I haven't seen this one, but we do have it already, and it's another EX. So that means maybe our full art ain't even gonna come out here with this one. But let's check it out. Again, no God Pack and nothing worthwhile there, but there's our code for y'all, and that's our first ETB of Ascended. Continuing with Phantasmal. See, again, with these, the ETBs are always like that in the sense that we could have alt per box. We never know. But again, with this Phantasmal, there's our full art, or Ikorio. With Phantasmal, again, we've been treated a lot better in the ETBs with the amounts that we've opened up, because again, Ascended, we've just now basically only started to open up ETBs because they just came out here where we are in Mexico. There's another Ludicolo, but we've opened up a lot more Phantasmal ETBs in comparison, obviously. So we'll see how we are by the end of this. We did get an alt already at the start, so if we get an alt by the end with Ascended, that'll be very much worthwhile, and value wise maybe we'll definitely take out Phantasmal. We're just doing a comparison. It's not like it's a versus or anything like that, but comparison way with ETBs, you never know how it's going to turn out. Got our Mega Gengar EX, and at least hit wise, these ETBs for Phantasmal, they do pretty much come out higher than with our Ascended, because we already got 3 hits, and we could get like another 2 or 3 as well, because these Phantasmal ETBs are pretty loaded in that amount wise. Maybe not value wise, even though we did get an alt. Still, it's just a $30 alt, but still good alt nonetheless. 3 more packs for this second ETB of Phantasmal. Going really quick. Again, this changes it the pace a lot when I don't have to go through it and see if it's a God Pack or not, but it does make that pace go differently. But as we can see, we've only gotten 3, so very different from our first ETB where we got 6, but still pretty much the same as Ascended in that sense. We got a different one for each. If we get another EX, that would be the same types of things that were happening with Ascended. But last one to check out here, then we'll move on to Ascended again with another EX. So there you go, illustration full art, 2 EX. Now in Ascended, we're gonna keep it going here as well. Our chances for this one are pretty slim at what we've seen with these ETBs. Hopefully it does change by the end of this one, but not hanging out for much right here with these guys. Our Hunter double, so that's great when you're hoping for a master set. Get both of those out of the way at the start. But other than that, we don't really know what we can expect from these, just like everything else. But again, Ascended hasn't been the best of us at this point. There's our Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar, the same one, just changes the stamp at the bottom. There's our code and our 3, which again, that's the reason why this thing has a lot of reprints. It's just basically reprint after all the other sets have already been just taken out. This one is a special set, obviously, so can't really make all new cards, but a lot of them are some new cards. I'm not really sure with the other ones, but there's still a lot of cards here that are different. just Gengar so far. And already almost done with the box. Halfway through already, 5 or 4 packs. Nothing to show for at this point. Gold Duck. And nothing in our last 4 packs. That also has not happened. We've had at least an EX and something else, but who's to say that maybe we just get an EX in a box? We don't know. But we got our normal boy, illustration rare, and another 2 to go if we're going for that ratio of all the ascended boxes having the same type of thing with 4 hits, and another EX and a full art would be just that thing that we need. So nothing there. And in our last 2 packs, let's see. And let me know, guys, how have this gone for you in the ascended ETBs? Because I know, obviously, depending on the person, they've had different types of luck. But for us, if you haven't seen the previous video of ascended ETBs, make sure to check that one out. But there, we did get some luck, but most of the ETBs were having that same pattern of 2 EXs, a full art, and an illustration. Here we didn't get a full art, but we still have 2 EXs and an illustration. So let me know down in those comments what you guys have been getting. ETB number 3 for Phantasmal. Let's check out how this one goes for it. And this does sum it up a little quicker because, again, can go straight to the back, see if there's anything worthwhile, and if we get that mega or that hyper rare, I usually feel it on the fingers, so we'll see if it does end up happening like that or not. Because since we go for the back 3, that's when you would usually be able to tell if you get something there or not. And as you guys saw, again, we got a Mega Gengar and a Mega Gengar, but obviously in Ascended Heroes, there's a specific Mega Gengar that everyone wants, but that's something that we're still missing in Ascended for us. Only alts left here and a hyper rare to go, but right now with Phantasmal, everything is done, obviously. It's just a comparison between them, and we're gonna see if we can get anything worthwhile to show for by the end of this with Ascended Heroes. Right now, with Phantasmal, we have our alt, so maybe we'll get lucky enough to get another one, but that's also very unlikely at this point. We've had videos where we do start off with an alt, and everything is just downhill from there. Hopefully, our last ETB has something to show for us by the end of it, Battle Cage, but we also can't really tell. Again, maybe we could just get another regular alt where it's a Lopunny, and Lopunny is like worth 20 something bucks, but we could also get something maybe a little nicer as well. 2 packs for this ETB left. Let's see if we get anything else, because again, 2 EXs and a full art item or stadium, but maybe we won't get anything worthwhile here. Because again, last pack, Phantasmal, we started very good. 6 in the first one with 6 hits, and one of them being an alt. And now we've been getting 3 hits and nothing else from Phantasmal. So with Ascended again, this is where we're still missing stuff. This is where we're still wanting things to show. So we'll see if there's anything worthwhile to come out here. Google still is missing a lot of the alts, so one of those is obviously the hyper rare. It's not an alt, but it's a hyper rare that we're missing. So we'll see if that's, speaking of it, it is a Charizard, so that's the one that is missing. Even though that EX is 10 bucks, so very much worthwhile for what EXs are usually, and they hardly ever come out. Specifically that Charizard, it's one of the lesser common repeated EXs. There are other EXs that show up a lot, but just like that Ho-Oh. But we already got our 2 EXs supposedly from this ETB, if that's what our pattern has been showing us. 2 EXs, an illustration rare, a full art. But let's see if that stays at this point. Right now, we're just trying to see if we can get anything worthwhile from Ascended. Phantasmal Flames started off strong. Right now, Ascended is either going to end with a bang, or it's just going to leave us hanging dry for nothing. Got our nothing again. So that's what's been happening with Ascended. The ETBs, you're going to take a while to get something from an ETB. Either you're very nice, or you have absolutely nothing showing up by the end of it. So, whoop. drop something, but we can do that later. We got our Executor, nothing big. Like, we did pull our Dragonite alt right there on the screen for you guys from an ETB. So very pretty card. You see all the evolutions there, just like a Mega Gardevoir from the Mega Evolutions. You see all of them in the picture. Very nice card. And we got our Obstagoon, our illustration rare from the box. We got 3 packs left, so if we're gonna pull something else, I'm giving my money towards a full art. That's the possibility that I'm thinking of at this point. Of the starters, we're missing just Meganium from the set for Ascended Heroes, because we already got Emboar, we got for Alligator. Now we just need Meganium, but there's still a lot of other alts that are missing, just like that Gengar. So let's see if we finish strong with something in our last ETB, or is it just proving more that the ETBs for Ascended ain't really all they cracked up to be. Unless you get super lucky. Again, we opened up 11 boxes, and out of those 11, we got 2 alts, which I don't know percentage-wise or alt-wise what ratio goes there, but sometimes you get lucky and sometimes you don't. But another one down. No full art in this one. So last box each. Let's see how we finish with Phantasmal and how we go with Ascended Heroes as well. My money right now is towards Phantasmal because, again, that's what we've gotten. We've gotten an alt. There's our Charizard. And imagine in the last ETB we get both hyper rare Charizards. That'd be freaking dope as hell. But again, that's me hoping and wishing. But let's see how it turns out. Got nothing there. We just that Charizard. Honestly, the full art Charizard would be perfect for Phantasmal because, again, that full art Charizard is more than that hyper rare or that alt of Sharpedo. So it does change up that dichotomy a lot. So we got a full art Charizard. It'll be very much worth the ETB as well, even though ETB obviously costs more than that Charizard, but it actually does give you like an interesting chance right there with that. So let's keep going. We got very few left actually. Again, with Phantasmal Flames, we just fly through them because, again, it's only 3 to the back and then you see what you got. But we got our Sandile and nothing there, and 4 packs left for Phantasmal Flames. Let's see if we can get anything worthwhile to finally show up here. So far, just an EX. So again, Phantasmal Flames is like that. Sometimes you get a big loaded box like we did in the first one, or maybe we're gonna end up pretty sad in our last box in comparison with Phantasmal here being maybe lesser at this point now. Another EX, and our last 2 packs. Pretty sad to finish like this, but hey, we started at least pretty good with Phantasmal in the start with an alt. Let's see how we finish here with our last ones. Meowth, hey, Meowth illustration rare. This is what makes this box basically worthwhile, even though a lot of illustration rares from Ascended Heroes can take it down. Still a nice illustration rare, and he's not very common either, so we got him at least down for the count. And in our last pack, we got a Mega Sharpedo EX. So 3 EXs and an illustration rare. Last ETB for the video and last ETB for Ascended Heroes. Let's see if we can finish with something strong. Again, only thing worth right now has been Phantasmal Flames. So if we get something by the end of this with Ascended, Scorbunny at least. Again, not a big illustration rare, but an illustration rare that is worth something. And it's a very cute card as well. Seeing the different color of the leaves, orange, green, everything like that out there. Very cute card as well. But again, maybe we'll finish with, again, another ETB where we have just 4 hits and it's, again, 2 EXs, an illustration, and a full art. That's pretty much what has been proven to me with these ETBs. I don't know if you guys think the same. Let me know down in those comments if you have been with that kind of same thought or you've had more luck than we have. But there's our Dragapult. There's our first EX. Probably get another EX, and then we'll see if anything worthwhile for here in Ascended shows up or not. We'll be able to tell by the end of this video. With our another Entei, double Entei. Again, when you're doing that for the Master Set, great there. But when we're already done with all of those and we just need alts, that's where it's kind of a letdown for us. There's our Energy. This is going to be another one of those where we're hoping and expecting a God pack, but we never get one of them. Just like in Prismatic, we've never gotten the full God pack, and I'm guessing maybe this will be one of those where we want a God pack, but we'll probably never see a full God pack ourselves. There's our Team Rockets, Ralts, and whatever else. And our last 3 packs, down to it. Super fast, nothing much to show, nothing really to show at all for Ascended Heroes. Just Phantasmal Flames will be the one to show something here. We'll see if you stick around, but last 2 packs, and I'm honestly not expecting much now with Ascended Heroes, sadly, because again, this is the one that we do need cards from, so getting stuff from Phantasmal when we no longer need it, even though everything's good there, but nothing there again. And in our last pack, Ascended Heroes, final one, 4th ETB. Best card probably has been the Score Bunny. Let's check out how it goes with buddies. Cynthia Spiritomb, our Psyduck, Watrel, and wow, 2 packs. Only 2 packs had a hit. This is what we got in our last ETB of Ascended. So 17 EXs to finish off this one. We got 4 or 3 full arts only, and then all of our illustration rares, with the only thing really to show is Phantasmal Flames having an alt here in the end. But that's been the video, and I've been George Story, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, a comment, a subscribe. It helps with the channel, and go ahead and share the video as well so we can have more people seeing the types of hits that we're getting. But that's been it. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good night whenever you're watching. Peace out.